Solar energy is a sunrise industry and there are ample opportunities in the coming 1 to 2 years. Currently, the industry is in the nascent stage and hence it may take some time to consolidate. Overall, the future is bright and people can look forward for a career in this industry. The CSP technology is relatively new in India and hence getting people with such background like salt storage, quality, heat exchange, solar block is difficult. As per the industry requirement, a lot of opportunities at the lower and middle level technical manpower are required.
I think if I look at the insurance sector and financial services, the macro economy looks pretty tough at this point of time. And for 2012 and 13, I think the market is likely to kind of remain balanced like this and will be driven significantly by what happens in Europe and some of the other global economies. And therefore, if I look at these indicators, I expect 2012-13 to be more or less, balanced, and we'll have to watch for how the RBI, how the government of India unfolds some of its own strategies. So I would expect the market to be more or less flat, for this from a hiring perspective in insurance and financial services.
The IT industry has seen a phenomenal growth over the last few years, and we are looking at this growth continuing as we get into this fiscal. Having said that, there's certainly a stabilization which is taking place. We are not seeing the kind of phenomenal growth which we saw in the last few years, so the trend is kind of stabilizing. But having said that, it's certainly not going to be a year of pink slipping. Very good news for all of us. I think it's also important to recognize that over the last few years, we also saw a salary spiral happening in our industry, which personally I thought was perhaps not good news for this industry. We are seeing a lot of stability in that area, and to my mind that's again a very good sign for the long-term growth of this industry. So net, I look at the forthcoming year or the current fiscal as a year of moderate growth, but growth would happen largely in high-end skills and jobs rather than at the low-end skills and jobs. So that's really my outlook for the year.
All right, I'll take this question in two parts. Part one, of course, looking at the external factors. Of course, all of us are aware that the economic situations are looking a little moderate outside and organizations are adopting a cautious approach. Coming to the telecom ICT industry and specifically with Ericsson, we categorize or identify ourselves as an ICT organization. Keeping that in mind, I see this whole economic, I would say, downturn as a positive strength for us, clearly because there will be opportunities because of the cost pressures for organizations to outsource back into India, which will give us a larger platform to play within. And needless to say, people with high-end skills and competence will always stay in demand, and that mobilization and uptake on jobs will still continue to happen.